At 4:17 in the morning, one man is counting coins under a flickering tube light. Not profits, survival. His shop is 180 square feet. One fridge. Two shelves bending under the weight of instant noodles and soap bars. Every customer buys on credit. Every supplier wants cash. 10 years later, that same business owns 240 supermarkets. And somewhere in between, something strange happened. Because supermarkets don't really grow by selling groceries, they grow by manipulating time. Here's the trick. A small neighborhood shop lives day to day. Buy inventory today, sell it slowly, hope nothing expires, hope customers pay back their debt before suppliers demand theirs. It's fragile. One bad month and the lights go out. But the moment that shop becomes a chain, the rules change. Now suppliers compete to get shelf space. A cereal company will wait 60 days for payment, sometimes 90%. Meanwhile, customers pay instantly at checkout. Cash enters today. Expenses leave months later. That gap is the engine. Imagine selling a bottle of shampoo this morning using money you technically haven't paid for yet. Then using that cash to open another store before the supplier invoice even arrives. Repeat that hundreds of thousands of times. Suddenly, the supermarket isn't just selling products. It's borrowing from the future, quietly, at scale. This is why grocery chains expand so aggressively even though margins are painfully thin, sometimes 2%, sometimes less. Ironically, the less profit they make per item, the more volume they chase. Because volume creates leverage. Leverage creates negotiating power. And negotiating power changes the math. A tiny shop buys 50 bottles of cooking oil. A chain buys 5 million. That difference decides everything. Price, placement, advertising money. Even which brands survive. Customers think supermarkets compete for shoppers. In reality, brands are competing for supermarkets. That's the hidden reversal. And then comes the final twist. Real estate. Most giant retail chains eventually realize the groceries are almost secondary. The stores themselves become financial machines. Own enough locations and suddenly rising land values matter more than selling tomatoes, which explains a weird pattern in modern retail. Some supermarket chains look wildly successful right before collapsing. Shelves full, parking lots packed, revenue exploding. But underneath, debt stacked on debt. Expansion funded by future assumptions. Tiny disruptions become fatal. Inflation, fuel costs, a broken supply chain. One bad acquisition. Because when your entire empire depends on cash arriving before bills are due, timing becomes everything. And timing eventually runs out for someone. That's the uncomfortable part. The local corner shop risks dying slowly. The supermarket chain risks dying all at once. And right now, in many countries, a handful of massive retailers control how food moves, how prices form, and which businesses even get seen. Which raises a bigger question. When the stores that feed entire cities are built on razor-thin margins and borrowed time, how stable is the system really?